What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Sin City, A Dame to Kill For, the follow up to the original Sin City movie. Now, this movie came out nearly 10 years after the original movie, and honestly, to me, this movie was 10 years too late. Now, does this make A Dame to Kill For a bad movie? No. I actually like this movie on the same level as the first movie, though I do think the first movie is a better movie. I think that some of the segments in this movie, some are better than most, but overall, this movie does keep the same tone and same stylistic atmosphere as that first movie, and it has a rock solid cast, just like that first movie as well. And it also features the return of Robert Rodriguez and Frank Miller behind as co-directors, and Frank Miller as the writer. So with all that out of the way, let's get started. So, first segment we're going to talk about is Just Another Saturday Night, which focuses on Marv, once again played by Mickey Rourke, as he tries to figure out what happened to him because he's surrounded by a bunch of dead bodies and he has no memory of it whatsoever. I overall think this segment is okay. It's a good reintroduction to the Marv character and his condition, but overall, I really didn't think this segment was really anything spectacular. I mean, it looks nice, it looks great. Mickey Rourke as Marv is fantastic, but the segment itself, it's kind of forgettable and it's just there. Now, the segment that I do like is the Long Bad Night, featuring Joseph Gordon-Levitt as this character known as Johnny, who is a gambler. This segment, these two segments, I actually like. Now, the the long night segments, they're broken up in two parts, so I'm going to talk about it just as one. I like this segment. I like Joseph Gordon-Levitt as the character, as the cocky gambler named Johnny. I think he plays the role really cool. He kind of plays him as like a New Orleans kind of gambler. You know what I mean? Like a showboat type gambler. And I thought he played the role really well. I love the scenes with Levitt and Powers Booth. I think they have really good on-screen chemistry with one another, particularly when it's revealed that Johnny is actually Senator Rourke's one of Senator Rourke's son. Though the Rourke character does not consider Johnny his son, he kind of disowns him in a way, since Johnny beat him in poker. And once that happened, Rourke pretty much has him get his shit kicked in, which leads to Johnny going to a doctor named Dr. Cohig, played by Christopher Lloyd, who is a doctor who is an alcoholic and shoots up on heroin, and he fixes Johnny up, which leads to Johnny to go back to Rourke to beat him again in poker, only to get shot and killed by Rourke. I overall think this segment was good. I enjoyed this segment as a whole. Like I said, I think Levitt and Powers Booth really made this segment work. I like the character of Johnny. He's a good addition to the movie. I would not have killed him off because I would like to see more of Johnny in future installments. That's just me personally. But overall, I think this is a really rock solid segment. I think this is where the movie is actually really fun. At least to me, this is where it feels like a noir, and this is where it feels just like that first movie, and I enjoyed it. And the final segment we're going to talk about is A Dame to Kill For, which is a prequel to The Big Fat Kill. This features Dwight. This features Dwight, who comes into conflict with this woman named Ava Lord, played by Ava Green, who is a lover he used to be with, and it's revealed that Ava Lord is just a manipulating witch. Uh, this segment, this segment was another one that was really good. I like Josh Brolin in the role of Dwight McCarthy. I think he plays the role really well. As to who I like, either Clive Owen or Josh Brolin, it's a toss up. For the movie that Clive Owen was in, I like him in it, and I can't really see Josh Brolin in that movie. Though I can see Josh Brolin as this version as Dwight, and I think he plays it really well as somebody who's trying to not live the life of violence, and is somebody who's just trying to go from one day to the next until this Ava Lord character comes bursting into his life and pretty much manipulates him into killing her husband so that she can inherit her husband's money. While all the while she's manipulating this cop played by Christopher Maloney named Mort. And so, actually, the Ava Lord character is actually really good. You know, she's manipulative. She's very controlling, and Ava Green play it fantastically. Ava Green has that aura to her that just she has that a seductiveness to her that will just suck you in and make you just do whatever she wants. And she brings that to the Ava Lord character, and it works to me. Like, I buy the fact that Dwight is head over heels for this woman, though she's just manipulating him and using him for her own needs and goals. And it's not until he almost dies that he gets his head out of his ass, and he hooks up with Gail, once again played by Rosario Dawson from that first movie. And I like the whole thing of Dwight and Gail having a romance with one another. It's in that first movie, and it's in this movie as well, and I like it. Dwight and Gail, they just go together for some reason. They just match. And I like Brolin and Dawson together in this movie. I thought they actually played off really, really well with one another. This segment also features Stacy Keach, who plays a gangster named Willenquest, who Ava Lord is trying to combine powers with. He's in it for just one scene, has a couple of lines, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't really do anything, with the exception of saying that he knows a killer from Texas who can help her out, which happens to be Dwight, who have gotten a complete facial reconstruction, and pretty much Josh Brolin, the makeup job made Brolin look just like Clive Owen from that first movie, and it's actually kind of jarring when you see it at first. It's like, okay, he looks just like Clive Owen, and it looks weird. The makeup job just looks really weird and silly to me. It looks really weird and silly to me. But whatever. At least he has a very entertaining fight scene with Manute, who in this segment had a very, very entertaining fisticuff scene with Marv, who also makes an appearance in this segment. The one thing I say about Sin City Damned to Kill For is that it was very heavy on Marv, because Marv appears in nearly every single one of these segments. He appears in both. He appears in the Alone Night segments. He appears in this segment, and he also appears in the last segment, which I'm going to get to in a second. But pretty much this segment wraps up with Dwight killing Ava Lord. Alright, now we get on to the final segment, which focuses on Nancy. This is called Nancy's Last Dance. And this focuses on Nancy Callahan, who was the little girl that John Hardigan, played by Bruce Willis, saved in that first movie. This movie is about Nancy's quest for revenge against Senator Rourke. And I thought Jessica Alba, I actually really enjoyed her in this segment. I think I like seeing Nancy as this disheveled person who is struggling with the death of Hardigan, but she still has revenge in her heart, because the senator pretty much in her mind took away the only man that she ever loved, being John Hardigan, and she's trying to cope with this, while all the while you see the ghost of Hardigan make an appearance here and there, which honestly, truthfully, I don't really think it was needed, because it just didn't really need to be there. That's just me personally, but I think the segment was overall well done. Like Nancy's descent into madness when she pretty much turns herself into when she pretty much disfigures herself, and then she enlists the help of Marv to take down Senator Rourke, which she does, and then the segment just ends, and the movie just ends with no proper conclusion, and that's something that I didn't really care for. Like, the movie just stops when she kills Senator Rourke, and it's kind of abruptly, and it's kind of underwhelming. At least the first movie had some sort of an ending to it. This movie just stops. And that's pretty much all I got to say on Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. All in all, I'm going to give it a solid 8 out of 10. I do not think this movie is as good as that first movie, but I do like it on this same level in terms of its stylistic qualities and the cast, and I do like the segments overall. Though I do feel that this movie was indeed 10 years too late, and this movie should have came out at least 2 to 3 years after that first movie. I don't know why they waited so long to get a sequel out, to get a follow-up sequel, prequel, whatever you want to call this. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like this video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.